Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is time to jump on the live on air with the Boogie 2988 and Wings of Redemption.
What the fuck are you doing?
Good to see you back in my little squares.
I almost wanted to do like the punch at the camera thing I did sometimes, but I thought that would be in bad taste.
I mean, that's the problem. Like everything is so sensitive right now. It's like everybody has to tiptoe all the time.
Well, I've just come off of vacation and I feel good. I truly needed that weekend. Wings, you've also been on a vacation. How's your vacation going?
My vacation's not been going very well.
Sorry. We called you yesterday and you've been picking up DoorDash again.
Don't do that.
Oh, what? Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
The thing about that is if my trolls know I'm doing it, now they're going to try to get it taken away from me again. Because I had somebody in Jester help me get it back.
I fucked up. I didn't know. Yeah. I wanted to talk about why you like it so much and you know, the human side of things. That's the only reason why I brought it up. My bad.
Let me say this. Full mask off undisclosure things, right? I went broke in 2015. Absolutely broke. I had $400 to my name. That's it. I had $400 to my name, and I needed a set of tires on my truck because they were just completely waxed. Right? That's when I started streaming. I made a promise to myself when I started streaming, because I went on stream that January of 2015, and people donated enough to get me a new set of tires, and I seen a new revenue source in streaming, and I'm like, I'm not going to fuck up again. I'm not going to go back the route I did with like the PKA and like the machinima money and all this other stuff. So from 2015 onward, I've been super conscious about every dollar I spend for the most part. So I have a very nice nest egg squirreled away. And part of that nest egg is, and this is where we're coming around to the DoorDash, is I generally keep $5,000 to $10,000 in a savings account that is funded completely by DoorDash, right? And if I want to borrow money, I don't go to the bank. I borrow it from that account and I pay myself back at 0% interest.
Interesting. That's an interesting way to do it.
And recently, since I thought I was off the show, I took the money out of my DoorDash account and I paid my truck off, and I'm rebuilding it again.
Wait, I'm confused. How much did you own the truck?
About 18,000.
And you had 18 grand in the DoorDash account?
I had 10, but I have a good savings account as well. And I also have money in investments that I could cash out, which my investment's been taking a hit the last couple of weeks.
You said something that has kind of resonated, where you said you don't want to fuck up again after PKA. But it's impossible. It's impossible. I go out of my way to never fuck up again, and I always fuck up. It's impossible.
I know it's impossible. And like I don't know if you ever noticed, like I've always been bullheaded, and I've never been the type of person that would back down to anybody, and I've always said my piece. Like even when I worked outside of YouTube, that's one reason I stay on YouTube, because I hate authority 100%. I'm the kind of person, like, you can ask me to clean the bathroom, but you never tell me to clean the bathroom. Right? Like, if you ask me to clean the bathroom and it's my turn, 100%, I'll go scrub that motherfucking toilet. But you go clean the bathroom or go home, I'll show you how to fucking go home.
Yeah, you are probably one of the most stubborn people I've ever met. This whole scenario where it all fell apart, when me and you got in our scuffle, we would have resolved that. I know 100% we would have resolved that. It's just all the shit after, right? Where it just escalated it to a whole different thing. But it is what it is. You know, people forget that me and you have been butting heads for 15 fucking years.
Longer than that.
Like 2009, we've been butting heads since then. So
yeah, so was that 16, 17 years ago?
A long fucking time ago. Long fucking time ago.
I feel you. Like again, I'm taking full accountability. I put somebody I love in a situation they never should have been in. Like we have disagreements on what it was, but I never should have got to that point. Like, honestly, like, what I should have done is when I fucked up with the Becky shit, I should have just apologized. And I see this in hindsight in 2020, but like, I was so anxious, and like, even like today, like, up to the 0 hour, Boogie and Keem were on the phone with me trying to get me to come on because like I didn't feel like I'm in the right headspace.
As far as the situation goes, I feel like you've talked about it at least 5 different times on the internet. We have talked about it at least 5 different times, right? I don't think there's more that truly can be said, right? Everybody has their opinions on it. And it's all been expressed. And to even go down that rabbit hole again is just not going to be productive, in my opinion.
No, I do have one thing to add, if that's okay. And I just want to say personally, Jordy, I have gotten very heated here. I've said things and done things that I truly regret. I've tried to be your friend as best I can, and I understand why you wouldn't want that right now, especially with some of the things I've said and done. And I just wanted to apologize to you. I shouldn't let my emotions get a better part of me. And sorry I was such a cock. But I do want to remind you this entire time, I've been a fan of trying to get you back. And I've worked towards that, but I am sorry.
I want to air this out because it's something that needs to be aired out. That phone call, you guys, when we were on the way back home, that hurt my feelings so badly. And then y'all called me about the Twiggy video. And like, you just didn't believe what we were telling you. Like, you just absolutely did not believe it. And I understand why, but that and that next stream hurt my feelings so bad. I'm like, I don't want to work with these guys again. You tore my whole life apart with like the reflection of like maybe 5 hours.
Well, I had a conversation with Wings before we went live today. And I told Wings, I go, me and Boogie have had multiple conversations about how the dynamic is not right moving forward. It's not right. This whole situation has literally made me sad. I understand that you feel truly betrayed by us, but when we saw the Twiggy video for the first time, we felt betrayed by you. We were like, whoa, and I understand where you and Kelly are coming from. You're coming from a place of like, hey, you know me. But if you really think about it, we don't. Like, we know you, but we're not living with you, right? Yeah. So when we, the push thing happens and it's like, oh, maybe he was seeing red, right? And then we see this other clip and it all happened within the span of a week. And we're like, whoa, maybe we don't know Wings, and that's kind of, and also we're in a room with Tina and Xylee who've, kind of experienced domestic violence and whatnot. And at that point, groupthink has kind of taken over. And we saw that clip as being way worse because of the context of what happened prior.
Yeah, but I think the sound's what makes that clip as bad as it is. Yeah. It's like...
you can clearly hear it. It's like...
Yeah, but it's a skin on skin. It's like the same thing as it's like a slap, like open hand slap. It doesn't...
I never thought you were a wife beater. I did think there's room for improvement in your marriage. There's room for improvement in Keen's relationship. There's room for improvement in every relationship, my relationship. And I see you making an effort towards that. And that's the one thing I've said over and over again I wanted. I want to see you and Kelly be happier, better people. And that's all I've ever wanted. I wanted to motivate you to do that, and you're already doing it.
Yeah, but it also shows like how like biased you were at the time. It's like you brought up the story of Niagara Falls, but you left out that I had COVID-19.
I didn't know you had COVID-19 at the time.
You also left
out you were sick.
You also left out that I went to Amish country the next day because I felt bad that Kelly went to Niagara Falls by herself.
Well, I have apologized, and I'll apologize again. But Keem was right. We had this.
But leaving those facts out makes it look so much worse. You take all the context away from it.
And I'm sorry for that. Let me address that comment if it's okay, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
They said that nobody knows Jordy better than Jordy, right? And like obviously Kelly knows you really well. And at the end of the day, fuck if you guys know what's going on in that house. I can never know. They can never know. But you know. So somebody says you're something you're not. Who cares? You know you're not. So who cares? Fuck 'em.
Because public opinion, and they'll use it. They'll weaponize it.
Yeah. Well, we're here to help with that. Potentially.
Because look at it this way. Like even if you don't see what happens behind the walls, right? I didn't marry Kelly right away. I know Kelly for 6 years before we got married. If I was beating her ass every day and like pushing her through tables and shit like that, you think she would have married me?
That's true.
against her parents' wishes, because at the time I had trolls trying to get us to trying to break our marriage up.
Right. I've learned so many lessons at Fat Camp, like so many.
One of the lessons I hope we learned is that we should never do anything more than a week.
I think you're right on that. I actually do think you're right on that. Boogie, you haven't talked that much.
Yeah, I'm trying to not derail it because I feel like this conversation is mostly between you two. What I will say is my motivation here is pretty clear. From the very beginning, I said two things. Number one, I want to stay loyal to a friend who's been loyal to me. And like Jordy said, he took this show in part to help save my fucking house, and we did. And I don't want Jordy to have to go through any financial hardship because he walked away from the show. And secondly, I do think the three of us working together can continue to help Jordy work towards a better life for him and Kelly in every possible way. And I think Jordy's on that path, and I want to help encourage that. So I'm mostly just listening. Because I think we're on the right path, you know?